Hello and welcome back to Understanding Crypto. I just wanted to show you some key things right here. So when we look at this particular point like this cliff, this is basically where a lot of people bought. And the idea behind this thing is that if you buy any coin, let's just say you buy a coin here. Yes, price came up like so, and you bought right here. And let's just say this is like at 50K, and you buy, say, one Bitcoin at 50K. Your idea basically is that maybe you think it's going to go to, say, 75K or say 100K. Yeah, so that you make two times your money. But if you buy right here and price comes down instead, let's just say it comes down somewhere to let's say 25K around here, or let's say it goes to let's just say it goes to 1000, which is somewhere around here. Just example. Now, if it comes down by half, say by 50%, your invested capital will be worth $25,000. So, what do you wish for at this point? You just want that it comes back to 50K. You won't even be thinking of it going back to, say, 75 or 100K. All you will think about is let it at least come back to $50,000. And the mentality there is that you don't want to lose your money. And when that happens, when we have drops like so, all that you can think of is you want to get your money back. You don't want it to go even to 75. You're no longer thinking of 100K or 75 or even 55. You just want your money back. Yeah, because you didn't see it correctly or something. You just want your money back. And so this is the principle of break-even point. Whenever price drops like so, whenever we have a consolidation like we do have right here, or say we had, actually this is 2022, whenever we have a consolidation and price goes to any direction, know that there are market participants who may have bought or sold in that consolidation, hoping that it's going to go up or down. In this case, it went down. And so there are a lot of people who may have bought around here, hoping that it goes up instead. Let's just put up with yellow. Okay, so there are a lot of people who will be hoping that it goes up at this point. But then we just have a straight on plummet. Now, smart traders will sell off as they see price dropping. They will sell around here to cut their losses. Yeah, let's just say that you invested 50K and it's now worth, say, 48K. You're like, okay, I'm going to cut my loss. I will take the $2,000 loss and I go. I think it may still drop further because it has taken this low right here. Yeah, and I wouldn't really say that it's, like if you continue to hold it to the downside, you are not smart, because even I make that mistake sometimes. It's not like I'm immune to mistakes. I also make them. And even people like Michael Saylor, he also bought here. Even the president of El Salvador, he also bought here. But the idea, the psychology around this break-even point thing is that when price comes back to that break-even point, it is most likely going to sell off. The reason why it will sell off is because those people who bought here, they have been hoping that it comes back to their break-even point for a very long time. The longer the time it takes to come back to their break-even point, the harder it will fall when it comes there. But if price, instead of taking a very long time to come back here, if we had something like so, it just dipped right here. This is on the weekly time frame. It dipped right here, and say it just made a wick and then come back up. Well, they'll be like, okay, so it just dipped. It's just a dip. Maybe it's even time to buy more. That's the psychology. But when it goes down as low as so and takes a very long time, they will be like, okay, maybe this whole thing was just a scam. and I will sell off when it comes back to my break-even point. Most of the coins that we have seen go up to this particular point have sold off. Take XRP for example. We had it drop from this region right here. Now this region, this is the same region we were just looking at on the BTC chart. XRP plummeted from here and then spent a lot of time in this range. The moment XRP came back to that region, what happened? XRP plummeted. Let's look at Verge. Verge is another one that did the same thing. Verge plummeted from this cliff and then consolidated to the downside and came back to that break-even point. Then what happened? They sold off as it came back to that break-even point. That is why Verge has plummeted like so. Let us look at LTC. Litecoin. What happened to Litecoin? Litecoin plummeted from the cliff. We have the cliff right here. Litecoin plummeted, consolidated, and as its halving was coming up, its price started to go up. It moved to the upside, went to that break-even point. This is where a lot of people bought in. Those people are selling off because they believe that the market still have to plummet. And so what happens? Litecoin plummets. Let's go for something like BCH. This particular one I just saw today. So let's go for BCH. The same thing. They all have the same chart. They come back to this break-even point right here. This is the point where a lot of people bought into this thinking that it's going to go astronomical as Bitcoin goes to 100K. No, it didn't. It plummeted, yes? And then consolidated right here. But then came back up to that break-even point, and what happened? Plummeted. So yes, that is XLM. XLM did the exact same thing. XLM plummeted from here, went to the downside, consolidated, came back up here, and then sold off at its break-even point, then plummeted. The same people who sold off here did not buy here. Price went to the upside. Now as it came back to where they sold off from, they are like, hey, I made a mistake selling the last time, maybe I should be buying this time. And so they bought on this candle right here. Then you see this wick. Now when that wick goes back up, market makers step in and control the markets, push the price back down, and then those people are at their break-even point. And so if this thing starts to plummet from here, it will plummet very badly because nobody will want to buy. They will be so afraid. So anyway, let's go to Maker. Okay, so Maker, which is actually one of the coins that is going for that break-even point, I am of the idea that Maker will sell off at this region right here. So if I held any Maker, I will just be selling at this point. And this is what I'm going to do with all of my holdings basically. If Bitcoin gets back to this break-even point right here, I will sell it off. I will sell off. So it's going to be the same thing that I do for all of my holdings basically. When they get to that region, I'll just sell it off. Yeah, I'll just sell and wait for the next big drop. Yeah, even if we don't have a big drop and I sell off, at least I will be buying, the neckline of the consolidation. With Near Protocol, that's somewhere around $3. It's actually one of the reasons why I am invested in Near. On Near, we have the cliff right here. We plummet to the downside and we have been consolidating like so. We will end up seeing some move like this and then we will see it come down like so. Chain link. Okay, this was my TA. I think I did this earlier today. Basically, when chain link gets to this region right here, around $12, around this $12 region right here, $12 to $13, I will be selling off. Anybody that bought inside of this consolidation right here, inside of this consolidation, would have 2x'd their money. So when they 2x their money, it is very easy that they sell. Yeah, especially in a large cap. When I 2x my money in Stratos, it won't mean anything to me because it's a micro cap, so I'm not buying it for a 2x. If I was buying for a 2x, I'll be going for something like Bitcoin. But because I'm buying a very risky asset, I want to at least make a 10x, a 15x, a 20x, a 40x, 50x. Right now, I am in profits in my Chainlink holdings, but I'm not selling. it might as well drop. There is no guarantee because it's at resistance as we speak. It might as well drop. But I am not selling. I will only sell if it goes up here. So we make rules and we have to abide by them. Note that this is the 0.786 Fibonacci level. To get this level, just take from this lowest close right here to this highest candle right here, and you have to do that on the daily time frame. This is on the weekly, so you will not see it like so. So on the daily time frame, you take that from here and you put that right here, and you will see the 0.786 Fibonacci level. This is the institutional price. Yeah, this is where institutions will be buying, while retail is saying that it's going to plummet, it's going to zero. No, that's where institutions buy. It's the same thing that I did with Solana the other time. Whilst everybody was saying that, hey, FTX is going to sell off, they are going to sell it off, I was telling you on TikTok, I made a TikTok video telling you that, hey, watch out, because this thing is sitting here. And what I was actually showing you was the ascending channel. I was showing you an ascending channel. Now I'm already making this video too long. Okay, so you get your Fibonacci from this lowest candle close right here, this one right here. Yes, when you see a move to the upside, that move to the upside should be accompanied by some type of consolidation like so. Ideally, the second bottom of that consolidation should be higher than the first one. Ideally, by my back test, most of the times they work better when the second bottom, that's this second bottom right here, is actually higher than the first bottom. So you have the double bottom formation, yeah, like so. That's your double bottom, this double bottom formation. Impulse to the upside, you want a move back to between the 0.618 Fibonacci level to the 0.65, which is your golden pocket, and you want another move up. Now it can as well come back as low as your 0.786 right here, and then another move up. Stop loss must be below this daily candle's 0.786 Fibonacci. So you go to this 0.786 Fibonacci, right, this particular candlestick right here, and you take your Fibonacci measurement from the close of the candle to, this is actually the open of the candle, to the close of the candle like so. You put your stop loss of this move below this 0.786 Fibonacci level right here. If you see your 0.786 Fibonacci aligning with this type of consolidation right here, it gives you even more confluence that this thing will most likely bounce from there. Why? Because institutions, this consolidation that you see right here, institutions were actually buying. So that's why price went up. They even reaccumulated right here, then they sold off in this distribution channel up here. This is where retail is buying. But then most or some of their orders were not filled. That is why they come back to fill those orders right here. That's why you see it bouncing off from here like so. Some of the orders that were not filled here as well, they bring back price to the downside right here. Now they fill these orders here, go up and sell above the 0.236. So if you are trading this type of metric, this 0.236 should be your first take profit. You could still take profit above the 0.5 or 0.382, but ideally you want to catch you because your stop loss must be below this candle. And by my own strategy, I would only go in if it comes to the 0.786 Fibonacci level, because your stop loss must be below this daily candle right here, must be below here, and that's a 14% stop. So you can use like 1 or 2x leverage with this type of stuff. So that's basically it, people. I'm already making the video too long. That was basically it. That was the video for break even points. Yeah, break even points just watch out for the break-even point of any coin that you hold, because price will most likely sell off whenever it comes back to the break-even point, especially from the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame means that it has been a very long time since price plummeted from that area. So from here, it has been a very long time into the future. And so whenever price comes back to here, all these people who probably bought around here, Michael Saylor, his average buying price right now is somewhere around 29,000. So he himself will be in a lot of profits. Well, he's buying for maybe the very far future, but who knows? He may decide to also take some profits from this Bitcoin thing that he's investing in. So be very cautious with this break even point idea. Whenever you want to buy, watch out to see if you are buying someone else's break even point. Do not buy anybody's break even point. See you in the next video and stay safe.